Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about my life, from Ciummo to Christopher. Growing up, my dad's name is Vittorio Ciummo. I grew up in Des Plaines, Illinois, and I never really had a close relationship with my dad. And it's not that he's bad or anything. He's actually a very good man, good father, good family man. However, I always felt a disconnect with him. And actually at about age 12, I literally stopped talking to the man. And I used to feel really guilty about that. And I just couldn't figure out why I couldn't talk to him. I mean, I would, at most, one word answer here and there. And looking back in retrospect, I realized that, if you read the Gospels, if you understand Jesus at age 12, also, he was supposedly in the temple. He was, they were looking for him. His parents were looking for him. And he said, why is it that you have not realized where I was? I had to be about my Father's business, in my Father's house. And so, in comparison to Jesus, he also had a disconnect with his dad, Joseph, father. And myself, I used to get a lot of accusations, guilt. My mother used to make me feel guilty for not talking to my dad, and even my dad did, and I couldn't really figure out why. When I was 14, my dad took me to Italy. I think it was an effort to try to bring a bond between us. However, that never really worked. And through my teenage years, I always wondered why something like that was happening to me. Why I couldn't connect with him. I just felt like I had no parents. I had no father. I was all alone, basically. And I still feel like that. And I felt like I even thought I was adopted at one time. I didn't think he was my real father, but he is, biologically. So I would just feel guilty a lot about it. I just couldn't. There's this disconnect there. I just couldn't relate to him. And, I became very inquisitive to Christianity. Started reading the Bible more as a teenager, just trying to figure out, who am I? What am I doing here? And why is this happening to me? And I felt like I needed to change my name. I actually changed my name legally to Christopher back in 1996. I was just in the shower one day and I think I'll change it to Christopher. And I guess I liked it because I had the word Christ in the name. And so once I did change it, my wife at the time agreed upon it. She wanted to do it too. I didn't want to tell my dad because I didn't want to break his heart. There's, anything about Italian families is that they have a lot of pride in their heritage, and so I tried to hide it, and I did hide it for a couple of years actually, but eventually he found out, and it did break his heart, and so that saddened me. Obviously, I didn't want to break his heart, but I had to be myself. I had to be who I was, or who I thought I was. I had to start my own heritage, basically. And so, I get a lot of flack from my family members. They're embarrassed of me. They're embarrassed that I went to prison. My cousin, his first name is Christopher Ciummo. He's really upset that I changed my name and that I am out there on the internet promulgating that I'm Christ. He feels ashamed to be related to me, And that's the way most of my family members feel about me. My younger brother, they make fun of me, tell me to get a job, all this stuff. And so there's a lot of shame that they have toward me because they don't believe me. They don't believe that I'm the reincarnated Christ. So, because I do believe I am, and I will continue as long as I have the ability to promulgate to the world that I am Christ, reincarnated. I believe that there will eventually come a day where I will be exalted, and those who are ashamed of me now, there will be a flip, and I will be ashamed of them. So, I believe in who I am. I'm not crazy. I'm not mentally ill. I'm exceptionally talented. I'm exceptionally brilliant. I'm smart. And I forge my own destiny in a way in which I change my name. I change my name. I change my children's name. I start the new heritage. I start the new lineage. So, this is my life. Cousins, siblings, parents, this is my life. And my last name is legally Christopher. So, deal with it. If you're ashamed of me, I in turn will be ashamed of you when I am exalted. Ciao.